Hey, welcome 1-2 Nation. Nothing better than a good... Yeah, hey, bud. What's going on? I'm sorry.
I'm trying to make it on the bad team.
Your brother wants you on the bad team in Roblox. You guys have been on the good team forever. If you don't want to do it, just say no. Just say no, Cole.
He's not here.
Okay, do you want me to give you a hug? All right, let's do a hug. And today we will be talking about heel turns, one of my favorite things in all of wrestling, but more specifically, who did it better, John Cena or Hulk Hogan? Two super infamous heel turns with Hogan turning back in '96 at Bash in the Beach and John Cena turning at the most recent Elimination Chamber. But which one had the bigger impact? Which one was a bigger deal? Let's start with the Hogan one. The interesting part about the Hulk Hogan heel turn is prior to this, nothing jumps out at me as big of a heel turn as this one. This was the All-American hero from the WWF who had essentially been the good old boy forever. You know, there was no bad Hulk Hogan that you could really compare this to, or any phase within his WWF career where he was bad. So for him to come to WCW, and you have the outsiders coming in, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, and they are essentially running through the roster and running amok. And for him to come in and basically betray Team WCW, it was like nothing you'd ever seen. I remember the images from that with the crowd crying and little kids so upset and all the trash being thrown into the ring for what Hogan did. And Hogan just dropping these leg drops over and over and over again, really solidifying that heel persona that he was moving to. And then just immediately what they did with him right afterwards in the all black, no longer the yellow and red, all black, the spray painting, the NWO everywhere. It was pretty significant change. And when you think about the time, the Monday Night Wars, this was a massive turning point where it was so unexpected. I remember going and listening to everyone talk about it right after it happened and thinking like, wow, like that. I thought it was a joke at first. Like there's no way Hogan is turning heel. There's just no way. Like this can't last. There's no way. And no, man, he didn't just turn heel. He became one of the worst, man. He was always trashing the audience, beating people up, taking out our heroes, spray painting them. And, you know, the NWO continued to grow and Hogan continued to really be the churning force for WCW at that time as we went into the Monday Night Wars. And I got to say, too, like, talk about reinventing yourself. Hogan, I think, was kind of on the outs. Like, the audience was obviously tired of the same old routine. And, man, he didn't just reinvent himself. He did what no one thought he would do. And he pulled it off really well. I loved me some Hollywood Hogan. I thought there was a lot of really good spots in there, a lot of really good things that came from it. Now we move to the John Cena turn, which is a very different turn. John Cena has had a little bit of heel stuff, like in 2005 with the Thugonomics stuff. But overall, throughout his career, John Cena has been that hero. And you talk about going on a retirement tour. It's this feel-good thing that he's pushing out. It's this, you know, I'm going to win 17 and we're going to do it. Woohoo! Even in the moment and the build-up to this moment, you watch John Cena in the background of the Cody and The Rock back and forth at Elimination Chamber, and he's still smiling, and he even does one of those woohoos when Cody gives the old, you know, hey, Rock, go yourself, right? And you can just see that good guy stuff from John. And when he does the turn, it is executed perfectly. This turn is, when you look at it as far as, hey, I want to execute a heel turn that is shocking, a heel turn that shocks the industry, the John Cena heel turn absolutely checks those boxes. I think it was well planned out. I think when you look back on it now, it makes a lot of sense, and it still shocks me a little bit to even think about it. The only thing I didn't like about it was Travis Scott being there, but take that out of there. We're not going to include that for this. But I thought they executed it really well. I thought everything that was involved in it went really well. The build-up, the story, all the stuff John Cena had done to kind of plant this, I am the ultimate hero and I'm the good guy, and all this stuff leading all the way up to it. The oh shucks, I lost the Rumble. But it's okay. I'm gonna put myself in the Elimination Chamber and we're gonna win this. I'm gonna win 17 for all of you, so that I can watch someone win 18 one day and shake their hand. All that good stuff, right? And then he kicks Cody right in the balls and just throws him a beating. And I thought this was really great. I especially like everything they're doing after it. I think John Cena coming out, attacking the crowd. The reasoning behind it just makes sense. But when I compare the two heel turns, I think unquestionably it's the Hogan heel turn that had the bigger impact. And I say that just solely because of where the industry was and where the Hogan heel turn took WCW and what it did to really push the Attitude Era and really push the Monday Night Wars the way it did and create that whole scenario. And it was one of the first real, this was completely shocking. I still to this day, when I think about the Hogan heel turn, it's like, man, like how crazy it would be to sit in that writing room and be like, hey, we're going to turn Hogan heel. Yeah, right. Like, get out of here. You crazy? You can't turn him heel. And they did. And hats off to Eric Bischoff and that team for doing it. If I had to pick one, I'm going to say that one. But when I look at execution and when I look at the performance, like the overall execution of the heel turn, John Cena all the way. I think the John Cena heel turn is significantly better in the execution piece, but the Hogan heel turn had a way bigger impact on the industry, and I'll never forget either one of them, but I'll always kind of look at that Hogan one as a slightly bigger one. I'm 8-Bit Mike. That's my opinion. What do you guys think? What's the bigger one? Hogan or Cena? Hogan or Cena? Show me some love. Let's get those likes and subscribe. Thanks.